All right, welcome back, fourth graders. This is Mr. Steinberg again, and in this video, part two, I'm going to show you two different methods for multiplying two-digit numbers. The first one is very similar to the array model. It's called an area model, and it's quite simple. What it does, it allows you to take your numbers and break them up into expanded form. And then after you do that, you just kind of create rectangles again within your larger rectangle. You multiply, find all four areas, and then you just add those together. Those are your partial products to get your final product. So the first example is 37 times 29. So 37 right here. So 37, we know that 37 is the same thing as 30 plus 7. So you can write 30 over here and plus 7 over here. And we know that 29 is the same thing as 20 plus 9. So you can have 20 over here and you add 9 right there. So now you just kind of draw little areas. You know 20 times 30 is going to kind of be a little bit larger. Kind of like that. Just kind of make it scale to what the numbers represent. So here, the first one you have 30 times 20. Right here we have 30 by 20. We know that 3 times 2 is 6. We know that 30, right? We know that 30 is the same thing as 30 times 10. Oh, sorry. Not 30 times 10, but 3 times 10. And 20 is 2 times 10. And we know that 10 times 10 is 100, and 3 times 2 is 6. So it's 6 times 100, or 600. The next one over here, we have the number 20 times 7. And again, 20 is the same thing as 2 times 10, and 7 is 7 times 1. And we know that 7 times 2, or 2 times 7, is 14, and 10 times 1 is 10. So we have 14 10 times, or you just add the 0. It's 140. And down here you have the number 30 times 9. Oop, that's not a good looking 9 at all. Right there. Again, so you have 30 is 3 times 10. 9 is 9 times 1. 9 times 3 is 27. 10 times 1 is 10, so you add the 0. And over here you have 7 times 9, and that's just 63. So now that we have all four of our partial products, you just add those together. So you have 600 and 140, 270, and then 63. So that's 3. See, 4 and 6 is 10. 10 and 7 is 17. Or if you don't like that, you can go 4 and 7 is 11. 11 and 6 is 17. Carry the group of 100. 1 and 6 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. Plus 2 is 10. So 37 times 29 is going to get you 1073. And again, the area model is very simple. Again, you just draw the rectangle, split your numbers into expanded form, and then just do the four multiplications. I did 30 times 20. We did 7 times 20. We did 30 times 9. And then we did 7 times 9. And just add those together. Okay, what about the last one? The other one's known as the traditional model. Now this is the method that I grew up with, and maybe some of your parents grew up multiplying. Here's a different example. So you have 67 times 29, and if you still use this, it's fine. It still works. There's there's always more than one way to do things. So if you still prefer this versus the array model or the area model or the distributed property and associated property model, that's fine. These will still work. We just have to kind of go step by step and realize what's happening at each step. So we start with 7 times 9, and that's going to get you 63. So what we do here, it's kind of like when you add, you only put the number that fits in the ones place value. So we know that's 63. And the 60, we move over the tens place value. So that's a 6 right there. And then you multiply 9 times 6, and that's 54. Or actually 540, right? Because that's really a 60, but I'll just keep it the way it was. 9 times 6 is 54, and you add 6 more, and 54 and 6 is 60. Now, to start the next multiplication, I'm going to multiply 2 times 7, but before I do that, I have to put a 0 here. And the 0 is telling me that I'm no longer multiplying the ones place value times the ones place value, or units times units. Because what I'm multiplying is the tens place value by the ones place value. So if I'm multiplying using a number in the tens place value, I have to start with a 0 because there's a 0 in the number 10. So now I can multiply 2 times 7, which is going to give me 14. So I bring down the 4, and then I take the set of 10 that I would put over here, put it above the 6. Then I multiply 2 times 6, which gives me 12, and 12 plus 1 will give me 13. And now I take these two products and I add them together. That gives me a 3, gives me a 4, gives me a 9, and a 1. And if I wanted to prove what I just did, I could draw an area model. I could have 60 plus 7, and I could have 20 plus 9. And I can split my area model, just like we did in the previous example. And I could go 60 by 20. And I know that 6 times 2 is 12. And I know that I'm multiplying, both of these numbers represent numbers times 10, 6 times 10 and 2 times 10. And 10 times 10 is 100, so there's 2 zeros. Then I have 20 times 7. I know 7 times 2 is 14. I know that 20 is the same thing as 2 times 10, so I add a 0 for the 10. And I have 60 times 9 right there. And then I have 6 times 9 is 54. 60 is represented as 6 times 10, so I add a 0 for the 10. And then I have 7 times 9. And that's the same thing as 63. So I take my partial products and I add all of them together. 63, there you go, okay. And we'll add them together, so I go 0, 0, 0, 3. 4 and 4 is 8, 8 and 6 is 14. See, so far, there's a 3 here and a 3 here, and a 4 here and a 4 here. Let's see here. Let me make sure I did this correct. 540, 67. Did I make a mistake in my multiplication here? 9 times 6, 54. So that's 60, 14, 12, 13. Why am I only getting an 8 right here? Hold on, let me find my mistake. Sometimes 9 is 63, right? What did I go wrong? 63. That's 60. Bring down the 0. 2 times 7 is 14. That's 13. Sorry guys, hold on. Let me find my mistake. It should add up together to be the same. 1,200, 540, 140, 63. Oh, I forgot to carry. Sorry guys. 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 6 is 14. I forgot to carry my group of 100. Now I can add 1 and 2 is 3, 3 and 5 is 8, 8 and 1 is 9. See how simple that was? Such a simple mistake. And I get 1,943. Same here. So whether you use the traditional method, kind of the old-fashioned way, or you use the new kind of place value area models, you'll come up with the same product. Okay, so just reach out if you have any questions. Sorry about the error, but yeah, everybody makes mistakes. Take care.